Hello, welcome. I'm Daniela Beta. I teach mature skin makeup and skincare techniques, and we are going to do some makeup today while I get ready for my husband's birthday party thing. It is so hot and humid where I live. I'm sure it's hot everywhere, but it's just so humid here by the beach, and it's gray. So it's that kind of weather, if you know. The kind where you have to cool off when you get out of your shower. That's where we're at today. So I'm going to do some light makeup, and the way I like to do light makeup but still feel like put together is I do a little bit more contrast. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing a split of my Rimmon and my Saint palette because you guys know I love them both. I'm going to start with Plush Prep Mist. This stuff is so good. It has caffeine, niacinamide, glycerin. It really wakes my skin up. You could actually do either one of these. I just really needed like a strong boost of hydration because even though it's hot, I'm a little bit dry. So that's a hormone thing. I'm going to start with my compacts. So these compacts, they're K-Beauty infused with skincare. It's a cushion. So it's not a cream, it's not a powder, it's not a liquid. It's kind of like this magical, mystical hybrid of all of them. And I use two colors and I mix them to get kind of my perfect match. So I'm not talented enough to hold them both in my hand at one time. Some people can. That's not me. I've been clumsy my whole life. So I start with the natural beige and I don't press hard. I just tap in and I take that darker natural beige color and I go like over all the places where I need coverage. It looks like my neighbors have some kids playing outside and I think one of them just got hurt because I heard that kind of, cry. So if you hear it, that's what it is. So anywhere where I'm darker, that's where I'm gonna put my darker color, just like with Saint. But you can still see my freckles through it. You can still see everything. It's just blurring my skin. It's really, like, in my opinion, it's a magical product. It's so fast. Okay, and then I take my light and I just go over the edges of that and bring that dimension back. And you can see how this makes. Now, there's so many ways to mix it. Just because I'm mixing it this way does not mean that that's how you'll mix it. Some people need to mix both colors together on their brush. The way my discoloration is, I can use them separately and then just tap over. This is buildable coverage, so you can use different brushes, press a little bit harder, and get more product out. That's more coverage. But that's where, this is perfect for me. Just a really light coverage, and then I'm gonna do the rest with my all-in-one palette from Saint. So with Saint, I love to do, I'm gonna do my contour first because in my opinion, once you have a little bit of color in your face, you realize how much or how little makeup you need. So I take this dark color right here and I just contour back my face. I did some sewing this morning. So if you see little fuzzies flying, it's the batting I used. I made my son like, what is it called? A pencil pouch with batting. And I have this like, if you sew, it's called natural batting, but when you cut it or rip it, the cotton just like creates all these little fuzzies. So we did that this morning. We've actually done a lot for Saturday. So you can see how I'm just bringing some dimension back in, giving myself some cheekbones, snatching that jaw a little. It doesn't have to be full-on club makeup to make a difference in how you look or how you feel. And that's what I'm going for. I used to be all about the club makeup. I really did. Even into well into my 30s, maybe even into my very early 40s. When I talk about club makeup, I'm talking about the 2 layers of foundation, the powder, the bronzer, the blush, the cut crease, the eyeliner, all of those things. But then, and that's, when we're younger, that's absolutely fine. We can rock that because our skin is so good and so line free that we don't have to worry about that. But then it's like this really weird thing. As we get older, we notice that we look better and more youthful with less of that. So seeing our skin through our makeup, even you see girls all the time. I have like an itch in my eye. You see girls all the time who are like painting their freckles on. Sorry, This is really bothering me. And that's to make them look more youthful. You know, they wear like just a skin tint and then they paint their freckles on. Most of us have freckles. Let's just be honest. Or sun damage or whatever. I've got plenty of it. So I just let that shine through in some key places, and then I disguise the places where it's not so key. I saw that Urban Decay has this new tubey mascara out, and I was talking to my girlfriend about it the other day. And I was like, they had a tubing mascara in like 2000 or 2010 that I used to love. And I want to think, I could be wrong, I want to think the name was called Cannonball. And it was my first tubing mascara. This is just that same contour I've used all over. I'm using it to bring all the color into my face. Anyways, so if this new mascara is anywhere near as good as that one, I'm gonna have some stiff competition for my trusty Tarte. Let me tell you, I remember the first time I used tubing mascara, I had no idea how to get it off, because I mean, beauty YouTube was relatively new at that time, if you can think back to that. And the instructions on the box are never like, right? They're just never what we want them to be. So for all of you who don't know a world without makeup and beauty educators showing you how to use products, whatever, you're so lucky. Okay, I'm gonna do some under eyes. So you can see my under eyes are not really dark. I have a couple dark spots like up here and down here, up here, but really what's drawing your eye to my under eyes is this light area where I have some volume loss. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to bring up the tone of those areas, and I do that using a color like this, and I can help you pick your color. This color is called Auburn. Make sure you always have clean hands when you're doing your makeup. I always sit down with clean hands and then I still spray them with straight up alcohol. Okay, so you can see how we've already brought up the tone. It's gonna look crazy for a minute, but trust the process, it's going to look so good, okay? So areas that you want to come forward, you usually put something light on them, right? Same thing with hollows. If they're light, they're gonna come forward. We want them to recede, so we're gonna put something dark on them. The way I teach makeup, I use a lot of artist type of tricks. I know that it could be so easy to throw a bunch of dots on my face and say blend it like this. And for some people that works so beautifully, but then there's other people who we just need a more controlled approach, I think, to the way we apply. And I'm like, especially if you have sun damage or textured skin, or if you just want a very simplistic look, like if you don't want to look like you have a whole face of like foundation. So now I'm gonna go to my correctors and I'm gonna target the darkest points. And I'm just putting, notice I'm not putting a dot and blending it all over. I'm just putting that corrector where I need it. And if you're doing it right, you're gonna notice that it almost looks like you're erasing, okay? A lot of people think that they have to, and I was one of them when I first started doing my makeup with this corrector method. I thought I had to sit there and like cover every freckle with a pencil brush this small. You'll notice I only go after the ones that are driving me nuts, like the most distracting. So here, we're gonna just bring that color up around the lip, but I do have a couple of dark points. Too much, so I wanna show you. Notice I don't swipe it like all over and blend it. I tap it until it comes up, okay? We don't wanna undo all of our work by blending it into areas that don't need that color. We want to only apply it where we need it, okay? And then if you're like me, and most people have the same issue when you touch your face, it's going to draw blood forth, and so it's going to get a little brighter or darker. So if you're working on an area and it doesn't seem to be covering, just step away from that area for a minute. Don't touch it. And then you'll see it kind of brightens up. So I definitely have not put a ton of concealer. Okay, you see the girls doing like multiple rows. Then they either look jaundiced or cakey, like one or the other. This is not that. This is for really precise, beautiful under eyes that don't crease, don't cake. Yeah. Okay, this is just an artist trick to pout out the lip. Just overlining, but not the edges. of your lips. Okay, let me see what else. I got a new eyeshadow. It's actually a pressed pigment, and I want to try that, I think, today. I swear, my ColourPop pencils that I love, the end always falls off. Every single one I have. Just a little brow is gonna make all the difference. If you don't fill in your brows, this one's wild. If you don't fill in your brows, try it with an eyeshadow if you don't have a brow brush, but just do it lightly, mimicking hair strokes and only filling in the parts that are sparse. And it's such a game changer for anybody. It makes you just look more awake right away. Brow gel. This is the Archangel. I like this one a lot. It's very lightweight, but it's not like a super heavy hold. If you need more of a hold, we have brow wax in a tin that you have to add water to. Like you put a little water on your brush. I don't have any right now, but I should get some because I do like that one a lot too. But it is thicker, more waxy, and it does hold the brows even stronger. So if I was going to like a wedding or something where I needed to take pictures, you know, and there's a chance my brows could get messed up, that's the one I think I would use. But for every day, I like this one because it's light. Okay, I'm gonna wash this brush because I washed a different brush, but I don't know where I put it. I'm just using my Saint brush cleaner. It's so cool because it washes, cleanses. It washes it, conditions it, sterilizes it all in one quick step. So in between your main cleanings, you can do that. And that's gonna prevent bacteria in your makeup, in your face. If you're acne prone, you want to be, I mean, anybody, you want to be cleaning your brushes. But especially like if you're acne prone, I see people all the time with like the nastiest brushes and then they complain that they have acne, and I'm like, okay, we gotta do something. We gotta get you some brush cleaner. Okay, I'm gonna use, okay, so this is a new color to me. It's called Santa Fe, and since it's a pigment and I haven't used it, I'm gonna go very light. Chachi, what's wrong? It's pretty. So these pigments have no fillers and no binders. So you can really use them all over the face. You could use this as a bronzer. You could use it to line your lips. You could use it to make freckles. You can use it as a liner. Okay, I think it's a warm brown. It's not as orange on me as like Bubba. It's pretty. I'm gonna tone down the top a little with Stay Golden. That's my tip for blending edges, is take a lighter color, like in this case Stay Golden, and go right on the edges. Bring it up. That's pretty. Okay, and liner. If I were a liner brush, where would I be? No, that's not it. There it is. The etch brush. I know I always do cocoa. You guys must be so bored of seeing cocoa on me. Let's see what else I have in this palette. I can do Philly. I can do Zion. Let's do Zion. Zion's kind of this brick color. It's the color of the Zion Mountains in Utah. They're so pretty. They're this beautiful reddish brown brick color. So if you have any green in your eyes, this color Zion, same with blue eyes, this color Zion is going to just like make them pop even more. There you go. This one I have to hold. I love that color. Okay, what was I gonna do next? Blush. These are the colors I have in my palette. They're all pretty cool except for sandstone. So let's do a little sandstone. That's pretty. I don't wear this enough at all. Okay, I think, you know what I think might look pretty on top of it is Sadie. Like right on that inner part. Sadie is almost just, it's so subtle. It's just like a little sheen, very light, but it gives a pretty sheen. Okay, we're good there. Lips. Let's see. You know what I want to do? I haven't done this in a while. My favorite. Toasted. Should I do toasted or whatever I just picked up? Toasted. These are the Saint pencils. You guys know I almost always wear a nude lip, but this combo has been my favorite. So it's toasted and strawberry. Toasted strawberry. And then, I mean, you don't need, the gelatos are so creamy, you don't need an oil. But look at this Summer Love oil on top. It just adds even more of that like pinky. I love that color. Okay, so before I drop everything and put some stuff back. Okay, I'm gonna set with my Rimmon. This one feels good too. They're both so good. mascara. I didn't bronze. I don't feel like I need bronzer. I feel like the contrast, right, with the eyes and the lips, I think that's all good. I need to write myself a note or something and remind myself to go get that mascara tomorrow. Do you ever do that? Do you ever get yourself like right under the lash line? You guys, I have not used serum on my lashes. I want to think it could have been since December, but at least since January, I stopped using it. And the one I was using, it wasn't really lengthening them. It was thickening them and conditioning them. But Rimmon is coming out with a new lash serum at some point this year. And I wanted to be able to like truly evaluate it with my bare lashes, like no interference from another lash glue or lash serum or whatever. So I'm so excited about this. And they're also coming out with a tubing mascara, so that will be so fun. I'm really excited to see how those are. And you know I'm always going to tell you the truth, no matter what company or what brand. So, but I don't even think my natural lashes look bad. I think I was just so used to using the serum with products or whatever for so long that I was used to them being up to here. Whatever. But thank you for hanging out with me. I am gonna go and get ready to leave. Go to this party for my husband. Okay, you guys. Hope you like. Bye.